Real quickly, as far as me, I've been to the doctor because I was feeling really sick when I stopped taking my diabetes pills. I am gradually gaining weight again, and I don't want to go back to being over 400 pounds. I was down to 318. For the whole last year, I was between 318 325, just teetering up and down. I stopped taking my pill last fall, and I started feeling sick. I know I screwed up because when we had to put down Sunny. I started eating candy, and my body, oh my goodness, did I pay for that? And I noticed that I went up to like 335, and so I'm like, uh-oh. So I tried cutting back, and even though I'm still on my diet, I'm having trouble cutting back, but I am cutting back. And sometimes I think I'm really doing well, and I'm not losing the weight. So I went to see a specialist because my liver can't process the diabetes medication. So I went to see a specialist and said, look, I don't want the choice to be die from diabetes and die from liver disease, And so they've been taking my blood sugar, and they say, your blood sugar is really good. Are you sure you still want to take the diabetes pills? And I said, well, they were helping me lose weight, and I don't want to go back to being over 400 pounds. And so she gave me these injections. She gave me samples and said, try this. And she showed me how to use them. So I inject them myself. And she says it helps curb your appetite. And it didn't click at that moment. It clicked when I got home. I don't have a problem with my appetite because I don't need to be hungry to eat. I could just eat because I like how it tastes. But I said, let me give this a try. Maybe this will help. What I really just wanted was, I know that metformin helps, since they're metabolizing, they're quickening your metabolism, so it helps you to lose weight. That's not the same thing as curbing your appetite. That's totally different. You could not eat and still gain weight, and basically that's what was happening. Was I was not hungry at all, and I would forget to eat, and then I would start getting headaches, and then I would start to feel sick, and sometimes I would forget to eat, and then I'm eating late at night. That's not helping. So that was last Monday, and then I had to see the high blood pressure. That's where my problem lies. All those blood pressure medicines make me sick. They also hurt my liver because the liver is processing them, and I get like the worst side effects from them, and some that were stop using them if you get these side effects. Really bad, painful side effects. So I went to the high blood pressure doctor, and he did all these tests on me, and he checked my heart. He did a sonogram of my heart, asked me 1,000 questions, and basically, he said my blood pressure is really bad. It's like, under 200, but up there and at 100, and that's bad. That is really bad. And he's like, I really don't want you to die of a heart attack, a stroke, or anything like that. So, I want to check your heart. And that's going to tell me what we should do. So they did the sonogram. I think it took half an hour to do all the pictures. And basically, my heart sounded fine. I was looking at the sonogram, and my valves looked good to me. But he said he could see a little bit of thickening in the walls of my valves or whatever, my veins or arteries or whatever. And that, but my heart, he said, your heart is very strong. Your blood circulation is very good. So my diabetes, as long as I stay away from sugar and white, I'm good. He said, but that blood pressure of yours, and after asking me a million questions, he said, you know when you have blood pressure, and I tried to stay away from salt. Now I have lately been kind of like going a little bit, not putting it in my food, but like, I don't eat fast food, but what I was doing was like just taking the bread off my fast. I have been eating a little bit of fast food. Taking the bread off and just eating the meat, and then I realized later on that sodium is really bad. But so he said, it's the stress in my life. He said, after he asked me all the questions, he said, you have a lot of stress in your life, and that's what's causing your high blood pressure. So he says, I'm gonna give you a small dose of pills, and if it starts hurting your liver, stop taking it, or if you're getting any bad side effects, stop taking it. So now had already been taking a week. That injection stays in your system for a week, and let me tell you, not only was I not hungry, and I would forget to eat, get really bad headaches, and feel sick, but I felt like I was a zombie. Like I couldn't even think straight. I had things to do, and I was like, Oh, I'm tired. I'm tired. And I would totally forget to do the stuff I needed to do because I was so tired. I was like, my goodness, you know? And anyway, so I was forgetting to eat. Then I wind up eating late at night because then I would get a little bit. Actually no hunger whatsoever. I would just eat, and the food tasted good. I would eat it, and I would eat when I remembered to eat. I would feel the tiniest bit of hunger, say, oh, I start getting a headache, feeling sick, I need to eat, that type of thing. So when I went from Monday to Friday, diabetes specialist, a heart specialist, I gained 4 pounds. Even though I wasn't hungry, and I wasn't eating as much. Why? Because I forget to eat and eat late at night. So that definitely wasn't the answer, and I was like, so I said, you know what? My blood sugar is good. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm not taking any more injections. I'm not going to worry about my blood sugar at all. The only thing that because she was saying I really didn't need anything for my diabetes anymore, was that I should just see the liver doctor. It is sensitive. It's very sensitive. And even though my liver functions were great, she says you got to be checked once a year. There was $3,000 for those lab tests. I don't want to do that again. Anyway, so she's saying, oh, you don't want to, go liver transplant, blah, blah, blah. You should see him again. I will not even give you anything other than this injection because it's processed through your kidney, which I have bad kidneys too because they're very sensitive. Lots of stones, and they get infected easily if I don't take care of myself. So, she says, I wouldn't give you anything until you see the liver doctor. But to be honest, I don't think I need anything for that. So the doctor, now that it's starting to get out of my system, because I'm still not really hungry, but I'm not feeling as tired and sleepy anymore. I thought maybe the high blood pressure pills were doing that to me too, but time will tell. I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. I'm going to try it out for the month and see how I feel by the end of the month. So yeah, that's the thing. They were like, it's your blood pressure is ridiculous. It was like over 190 and over 100, and that's bad. You can get a stroke, you go into a coma, you can have a heart attack. And so he says, I want to give you the pills because there is some thickening in the walls, although it's small. But we just want to get that blood pressure down because it is too high. Also, my triglycerides were 600, and they're only supposed to be like 250. So the doctor recommended that. She said, because I take supplements, these pills just make me sick. So she said the supplements are just a waste of money. Anything other than vitamin A, B, C, D, and E. She said everything else is a waste of money. Take fish oil, and that helps a lot with the triglycerides. And really, it's that high because of my blood pressure. So I'm doing that too. So let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm starting to feel better. I'm not starting to feel like a zombie anymore. I'm not starting to feel like my brain couldn't think straight. I was just so tired, I couldn't even think. And, stuff like that. So let's see how these blood pressure pills work. But my liver has been very sensitive for the past 2 weeks. It was when I had that burger. I said, they don't fry their burgers, right? They just put something in the microwave, right? It was at Wendy's. They opened up a Wendy's here. So I had a salad too, and I didn't know that there was meat in the salad, or I would have never got the burger. But so yeah, so my liver's been very sensitive lately, so that does scare me. If I have to, I'll make another appointment with the liver doctor. But for now, I just want to try and get my blood pressure under control. And so that's that. I'm just doing something every day as usual. If it's not doing something, it's paperwork. Even when I think, oh, okay, finally I have a day where I can just relax, I get something in the mail. More paperwork. It's ridiculous. So anyway, okay, so yeah, so that's that. And so just wanted to give you, all the information that I have of trying to do dupes. So again, if you're looking to do the Pansy dupe and you don't want to spend a lot of money, you might want to try Ruby Kisses Queen. And these are 7, these are 5, so it's $12 as opposed to 20 in and of themselves. These colors are gorgeous anyway. Or you can just go ahead and spend, I think it's, I don't know, it's $12 or $14 and get Criminal from LA Splash. If you want something similar to Rave, it's not neon, but you might want to try Sway. If you want something similar to Wicked, You might want to try Secret, maybe mix with a Copenhagen. Same thing with this Cherry Skies, maybe mix it with a Copenhagen. And then if you want it faded, you could mix a beige with I think this is Rebel. And in and of itself, this is a really pretty faded purple, and that's what faded means. It's the faded purple, so it's a purple beige color. So yeah, that's Rebel, and these are $4 or $5 depending on what beauty supply store you go to. So yeah, I would really just probably recommend putting these two together if you want a similar color to cashmere. For me, it wasn't quite there, so I got the matte black purple. So, and you know, like I said, you can get these for $4. These are $4. You can get these for $4 or $5 depending on where you go. So, with a taupish, grayish, beigey lip liner. And so yeah, this is, I love this color. It's not an exact dupe of cashmere. It looks more like Ghoulish to me, but I like Ghoulish better because it's got more of that gray in it. So yeah, so just wanted to just, you know, talk to you about what's out there, what's going on, and I will see you next week with again continuing the singles Wet n Wild. All right, see you next week with some more singles. Mwah.